Fresh meat.
So
How you
nice to
doing?
meet you. Good. How are you?
Good, good.
We talked last year, and I actually had a science poster hanging up on my wall, and I just
All right.
renovated, so I apologize. It's not hanging up anymore. Um, this season, when we spoke last time, you talked about how there was a finite end for this series, and that it was going to
Yeah.
be those 40 episodes. Now that we know that we are getting that final season, and you're going to get to have this story reach the conclusion, is there anything that along this journey that you have not been able to get in that you were hoping to fit into these episodes?
Wow, good question. I don't think so, bro. I mean, that really it was organic. I wrote down every idea I could possibly have for the show of set pieces and conflicts and movements of characters and who should die and who shouldn't and how to use the house, every single thing that was of interest to me. And then I laid it out and said, wow, this feels like I can do this in these 40 episodes. So I'm sure if you and I had this exercise where I said, okay, come up with another set of ideas, I would come up with it. But there was a great sense of peace that everything I wanted to say, I could say in these 40 episodes.
This show, in the highest compliment I can give you, is that it's the most uncomfortable thing that I've seen on television. And it's from the very first episode of the first season, it's the extreme angles, the static camera, all of the things where it makes you physically uncomfortable because you can't see what's around the corner. You want it to move. Did using this setting, this house and setting it up that way, has that influenced any of your other work? Like, did you sense you wanted to do any of that with Old or any other projects to try and create that same kind of tension?
You know what I did. There's so many things that have affected the movie making now, both on a practical level, the actual crew and actors, and that I'm bringing to the two different mediums. But I was thinking of the episodes that I direct as sequences, as 30-minute sequences, and so that had created a kind of a reaction when I did Old of like, can I think of it as a sequence? If they're on that beach, could I make it feel like one long sequence? And that was very exciting for me. And for as I was coming up with the shots for Old, that was directly from my feeling of, can we do this even in a feature setting? And the new movie that I'm doing, when you eventually see it, you'll see it'll relate to this answer I'm giving to you, that it's one long sequence from beginning to end. And so I enjoyed that. When do you use close-ups? When does the camera move? Not just in the scene, but in relationship to scene 32 to scene 98. How do they relate the language, the evolution of that cinematic language?
And very excited when this show came out, seeing you being involved with a television series or streaming series. Can we expect the possibility of another series in your future?
I have no idea. I could leave today, and then tomorrow, someone will say, "How about this?" And I'm in. I know part of the thing that's been hard is I'm so involved in Servant, and I'm putting in the sound effects. I'm color timing everything. I'm checking everything. I just approved a bed that we're going to use in season 4. They said, if we order it now, we can have it before the holidays. If you approve it, I'm doing all that. That's hard to do, to be the showrunner and be a filmmaker, a full-blown writing and directing original films. It's very, very hard. I feel like I can do it one more year. My dream would be that I would find a writer, a showrunner that I love, that I want to help support in the future, and that I would love to do. So that's where my head's at, but who knows, man. Tomorrow I may find something I fall in love with, like Servant, and be like, we're doing this again. Let's go for it again.
Awesome. Well, I appreciate your time. I'm looking forward to it, and hopefully we get to talk again for season 4.
I would love it, man.
Here we go.
Hello, my few little bumblebee.
A toast to motherhood and to new beginnings. Can I tell you something silly? Sometimes I feel like I'm cursed. I think that everything's happening the way that it's supposed to. These cult
could come back for her at any time.
None of you can protect me from them. You wouldn't even know what to look for.
Are you feeding those squatters again, Sean?
They're hungry kids, Dorothy.
What if they're casing the place? I forbid you to go back to that park.
So funny how controlling you can be.
I think it would be best for everyone if you were able to make peace with Leanne.
Why are you both so afraid of her?
She's angry.
I see.
Please don't hurt her.
Julian, you're not telling me everything. What is going on?
There's a price to pay. What the hell happens now?
The end.
I don't want to lose my son again.
Things are decaying.
She's gotta go.
The house is filled with pests.
She's like this worm that gets under your skin.
This is my home. This is my family. And I will not let you take me away from them. God didn't bring back Jericho.
And who did?